Hello everyone, welcome back to my garage. This is the motorcycle rescuer. I am the motorcycle rescuer, or Charlie, if you consider me human. Interesting, God, look at this build up. Interesting video today and tomorrow, I think. Got some bits to do. The wind doesn't like our covers, obviously. Step one is MOT for this guy. Now I need to pull it out, have a quick look over it. I believe the back bulb was blown. I'm hoping I have one, or the local shop has one. That's not a huge issue there, but I need to get an MOT because I have a friend who needs a moped, a decent moped. He is the same friend who no longer wants this moped. Now this moped, Piaggio Flyers, me and Jake cut our teeth on Piaggios. I've said that a few times. And the Flyers are our favourite bikes. Now he's dropped this a couple of times. You can see, look, it's got a bit of an oil leak, so I need to look over this. I think I've already got someone who wants this. Dawn, that's you, by the way. But I have to completely check it over and run it myself. I picked it up in a fan. There you go, oil leak down there. Look, it's actually quite substantial. So I need to find that. Obviously the bike was on its side, guys. That means oil will leak out in certain places. It doesn't necessarily mean something's gone. But I know the tyres are brand new on this. I know it's just past the MOT, and it was one of my bikes. I gave it to him a year and a half ago, and it was his first bike. So this is the same bike. A while back you saw me removing the front wheel because the mechanic shop that he went to tried charging him hundreds because they said the front wheel was seized on, and you saw me do it with a little hammer. Anyway, so he needs this bike ideally. Jake has actually done something for once and left me the key and logbook, which is great considering it's his sale. I've been looking for that. Oh, when I put the piston in, so annoying. MOT, not much happening this morning. I just need to pull it out, have a quick look at it. The Fly will take a picture for Dawn, video, make sure she's happy with it. New intake rubber boot I've got for that. If it's the right one, it's possibly not. You know how we roll here, guys. We buy the part. If it fails, if it doesn't work, we're stupid, because that happens way too often. And then I've actually got a 2-stroke DNA carb ready for this bike. There's something about this bike, guys. I love its shape. I really like it. I really like it. I don't know how the kind of wheels work. I'd love to put a different engine in there, but I don't know how that would work. Maybe a 125, but no, again, we're going down the 50 125 route. Anyway, carb for that, see if that fires up. Carb intake boot for this, see if that fires up. MOT for that. Quick look over that, see what's happening oil-wise. I think it just spilled out because it was on its side. Blah, 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 and so on. I hope you guys have enjoyed my videos this week. I've been releasing them every couple of days. The reason for doing so, guys, is that I get roughly 6 to 8 hours worth of footage on a weekend. And I delete most of it, and that's quite sad. So I've been trying to break it down a little bit more and edit away less, so that you really see and hear what goes on here at this garage, which I think is quite cool. So yeah, keep up the watching, the likes, the comments, and so on. That's really helpful for me. The channel makes no money, guys. In 2 months or 3 months, it's made £80. So it's not making money for YouTube. Well, it's making some money, but it's not going to buy me a mansion ever. But that's fine. It's never been about that. Right, let's pull out this this bike and see exactly what's going on. I believe it needs 1 bulb. Okay, guys, pre-MOT checks as always. The choke's on, so it sounds a bit loud. I can hear the rollers in here. Jake has actually got a new belt and rollers for this bike, which I'll put on for Warren, probably more in the summer. But that's the rattle you can hear, that's rollers, it's not an issue at all. Right, let's check the basics. So we need indicators, front left, rear left, excellent, front right, rear right. Great, we've got a good start there, guys. We need a horn, excellent, we've got a horn. We need the brake not to touch the handlebar, that's good. We need the rear not to touch the handlebar, that's good. We need a high beam and a low beam. Oh, what have we got there? Oh, hang on, that's interesting. So we've got a bulb that works, because look, when we press pass, it does pass. But there you go. I just need warming up, guys. Look at that, lovely. We have that, and then we have the normal rear light. I can see that, but I believe the brake light element has gone. Yeah, so I think one of the elements has gone, literally. In fact, I think you can probably see that, the bottom one, you see? It's got a break in it. So let's pop that off and see if I've got a spare. If not, I'll bring a screwdriver with me and try and find one on the way, or they might have one. Yeah, apart from that, I know the bike runs and rides well. It's done huge miles. What's that, 68,000? I don't know if that's K or not, but I know this bike runs beautifully, so I have no concerns about it. Just check everything's kind of tight and okay. I have ridden this bike, it's okay overall. And then I will do an oil top up at some point. Right, let me see what's going on with this bulb. So guys, we've got a nice LED bulb here from the Vespa, but the switch, the bulb definitely works, but the switch up here is a bit faulty, so I'm going to have a quick look at that and see. Basically, the lever isn't returning enough, so I just need to extend it a bit. So 5 minutes and I'll have a quick look at that. Okay guys, so you take the front panel off and you take this screw out. This is kind of the adjuster screw for that. Yeah, it's this one here, and it helps you get to the switch. This is the switch here, right there, you see that? And you see the lever does press the switch, but the lever has a bit of play up and down. That's part of the issue here, guys. So I think we need a washer in here, but this, at the moment, this screw's quite hard to turn, but I'll work that out. So we need some sort of washer in there to push it down, basically. And then it should just be completely back to normal, but at the moment I can't undo this, so I'm going to get my grips out on it, get some WD down there, pop this off. Remember, this is a spinning part, guys, so if you put a washer on here, which I am doing, grease it up and make sure it does the job it needs to do, yeah? So grease it up. It has to be a working lever, it has to have some play in it. So that's what I'm going to do. I need to get this undone. I'll probably use my grips, that'll probably work, and then we should be good to go. I'll chuck a washer in there. It should then sit upright, it should then drop back on the switch properly, and that should solve all of our issues. This much play is probably an MOT failure anyway. So guys, when you're running out of time and you've tried everything else, plan B is bulking out the area of contact. So that's just a bit of gaffer tape that just bulks out the area of contact with the switch, and we'll make sure the switch stays on, I think. Otherwise you put a little bit more on. Let me chuck all this back together and see if we're good to go, because we're running out of time. Alright guys, so we're good to go. What I didn't realise is that rather than moving the lever towards the button, I could move the button slightly out to its max. So that's all good now. Make sure everything's secure. I hate the roller noise, I might change them. They're here anyway in a packet, nuts not to. But I am off to MOT, so wish me luck. This is for Jake and Warren, both of you. I have slight concerns over this front tyre. It's pretty low to me, but I know it's a certain area, so we'll see. If they have one that they're willing to throw on, I will get that done for safety. Jake won't mind paying for that. So I'll let you know how it goes, guys. How it goes? Yes, how it goes. So for everyone's reference, the bike didn't make it to MOT. I think it ran out of battery, guys. The battery was so low, it had been sitting for months. It is actually a brand new battery that we put in, but it just hasn't been run. It has automatic lights, this bike, and it has like heated grips and stuff that I don't even know if they work, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I've put the battery on charge. It is not going to be an MOT today at this stage, but I am free now for 2 weeks as schools are closed. So I'll aim to MOT on Monday. But for now, we get to play with our other two bikes. We've got our intake manifold. I think it's the right one. It may not be. And our 50cc carb for our DNA. So let's leave this here. The battery's upstairs on charge. Let's go and have a play with our other two bikes for now. Alright guys, so where were we last week? The intake manifold had split down the bottom that no one had noticed. Now that was possibly during removal. So I've ordered a new one. Not sure if it's the right one yet. Because they just had different years and different ones. In fact, I think mine's probably not right. But I'm going to try and see how it goes. This was a running, riding bike, so I expect it to be running and riding again very soon. Today, now, soon actually. So I'm going to chuck the carb on. I think when you're putting this carb on, guys, you've got to be careful because of the angle, basically. So I may put the manifold on here and then bolt it down on this occasion, so that it's kind of all down smoothly in one piece. Keep this wiring out the way for now, and yeah, let's chuck that on. I think this will probably just be a starting, running, riding bike, I think, once I've done this. Sultan's due at some point, but and this is a core to his project. So yeah, let's put that manifold on. Let's hope it's the right one, and let's see how we go from there. So guys, it's not going well today. This intake is definitely a 50cc one. The inner diameter at the bottom is significantly smaller. Look, that's the original. And the top intake, it doesn't even fit. I mean, I can make it fit, and we'll have a slightly restricted 125, which, to be fair, is kind of what we want. But it's so annoying when a company sends you. I'm getting that a lot at the moment, guys, and it winds me up. I'm getting a lot of bad parts. I'll show you the packet here quite clearly. Look, intake manifold, Piaggio Vespa ET4 or Liberty 125 98200. That is mine. The bolt pattern does fit at the bottom here, guys, even though they've glued this on at an angle, and that stops, it gets in the way of the plastic, so they're idiots in regards to whoever built this. It should be straight up and then it'll fit perfectly, but the bottom bolts do fit. For example, it would actually technically go on and seal, I believe. Let me just double check that. Yeah. See this here? If it was straight up like it was meant to be, then you'd get the bolt pattern spot on, because it needs to come round a little bit. It needs to be a little bit like this. But because they've put the head on at an angle, it gets in the way. But again, a bit of plastic, you can chop that out. You can make this smaller intake work, but that's not the point, is it, guys? You order a part for 125, you expect the part to be for your 125. Let me actually show you the intake side there. It's quite, it's significantly different, guys. There it is. So new one on the left, old one on the right. That is a 50. If they tell me it's not, I'm going to go nuts. I'm getting really sick of these companies. Euro scooter parts were a pain in the arse. They tried charging me to send it back. I said no. Then they sent me a free voucher online, which I can't print off. I don't know why. It doesn't come up. I said to them, right, let's resolve this. Give me half of the money back. I don't know what it was, 40 quid. Give me half of the money back and I'll call it quits. But they weren't having it. They want their product back. What they don't realise is that because they assured me it was the right product, I tried to fit it. This is not a product that they can sell on, guys. Look, it's been opened, it's been lubricated, it's been fitted. Well, attempted. So Euro scooter parts have let themselves down there, and I'm not, I'm not bothered. I'm happy to let people know that, because they need to sort themselves out. These companies, we use these companies. Now this was M2, this was is that 25? M25, M2S motorcycle parts. Let's hope they deal with this appropriately, because you can tell, guys, it's very clear there, but that is not. Look at the difference. That's a 50cc one, that's a 125 one. It's ridiculous. So again, I wait, a week for parts that don't turn up, and I just want a refund. I don't want to mess around. I don't want to send that thing back. I don't care if it's free or not. I can't be asked. It wastes my time and my money. So let's see how this goes. Next, we'll find out that our new 125 carb don't fit. But that is kind of one of the next steps, guys. We've got all this clear, so it will literally be shove it in there. I'm not going to mess with the two-stroke pump at this stage, guys. I'm going to just stick some in with the fuel, so that we know just if this is a running engine at all. And ideally I'd pop the spark plug and chuck a bit of two-stroke down there, but if we're gentle with it and don't rev it at first, it should lubricate itself just fine, I'm sure. I can't wait to see if this thing starts. I have like no hopes at all. I am going to work this intake a little bit, and I'm going to break the nipple so that we can get that fit, or just skim this back a bit, this plastic, and try and make this intake fit, because like I said, it'll be a slightly restricted 125 there, and that kind of fits the bill a bit more for this bike. So let me work my magic and see what we can do. So guys, I've been modifying this intake. I've been boring it out with the Dremel with a sand bit on the end, a spinner, and just boring it out. These are the kind of tweaks that mechanics do all the time. You get wrong parts, you tweak them and you make them work. I am going to make this fit today, just to see if the bike starts and runs and rides, because I'm just really curious on this occasion. Yeah, I'm going to keep going at it. It's a bit more pliable because it's got a lot of heat in it at the moment, so that's good. I do want to get that bike up and running and just make sure it's all okay now. I just want this pieced back together now, guys, and it being a kind of decent bike, really, or half decent. Looking forward to throwing the carb on that. Sultan's due in a minute, so he can give me a hand. And Nat Snacker's bike, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I've got the battery on charge, and I think I'm going to order a second-hand set of carbs and a second-hand original set of Kawasaki coils, because they're the two things that we haven't really done. And I don't think I did enough. Alright, mate. Alright, these bottles are getting bigger. Yeah. Cheers, buddy. I don't think the valve service I did was enough the other day for it to be part of the running issue. I got a carb for the old DNA today, mate.
Will it run though? That's the question.
I don't know yet. We'll chuck it on together. And
you got a haircut?
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I?
You got a haircut?
I don't know. When we turn this, how do you turn this around?
You actually have a haircut?
I don't know, mate. I can't remember doing it.
How can someone not remember someone touching their head?
And they sent me the wrong intake. Do you remember the day you said to me, "Where's my barber's?"
Yeah.
That day I went and got a haircut.
I thought the whole lockdown everyone's going to be closed.
So did I.
And,
Barbers don't count. Yeah. So did I. Right, they sent me a 50cc intake instead of 125, so I've been boring this out. Dude, on that last video, right, when we filmed last week, I don't remember you saying I was over there listening to Aha Take On Me. When I edited it last night, I was cracking up. I was over there listening to Aha Take On Me.
I didn't touch the part. Why would I probably end up like...
We know what the problem was. The intake had a split in it.
You just ripped out the carb, like, just like that. Maybe on the screw, and you just ripped out.
No, because it had a hole in it already, because we saw the smoke come back through it. That's why. Right, let's see if this thing's anywhere near yet. We'll make it fit.
Right. So in short earlier, Charlie left me unsupervised here. Very bad idea. I'm going to try to put it in the car. Yeah. See how it goes. I just realised something. So he said, put in the carbs. Where are the carbs? I mean, can't put it somewhere far away. There's no carbs here. There's literally no carbs at all. Is there a carb somewhere? I should text him, but got a carb? Oh, found the carbs in a box hidden away. Bloody hell, man. It's like a game of what's it called game? What's that murder whodunit board game? Anyways, let's get this sorted. You could have told me the carb was in the box. What? You could have told me the carb was in the box.
Of course it was.
Alright, let's get this sorted. got any contact cleaner?
Nah. I've got some. Yeah, there's brake cleaner, and then that does the same thing.
Because one of the leads is grey.
There's no leads. There's no leads.
There is leads.
Leads to what?
You see that blue cable there?
It's 12 gone in. Nice. Oh, it fits. Look at that. No, you don't need to worry about that. Oh, you're talking about the choke?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a bit caked, but
it's a bit grimy.
I doubt it's the. Oh yeah, it's dry. So we need to. We're not going to be able to rev this. No thanks, buddy. What do we do? How do we do this? So we need to do some. Let's do this first. Do one at a time. Are we on?
Yeah.
Oh, we're on.
Yeah, the whole time.
Have you talked? Have you said what you're doing?
I was saying I was looking for the carb and then I found the carb.
Okay. So the carb is in now, guys. That's good. This is the nipple for the two-stroke oil, but we're going to do a pre-mix for the test. We are not going to put an airbox on. We haven't got one, but we can always upjet this or use a cone. That's fine. We can't put any throttle in at all, although the actual original throttle here is most likely the same. It looks very similar, so we'll work all that out. We'll work all that out. What we need to know now is, does this thing fire up? However, this thing is actually ready to be fired up. I think.
Only one way to find out.
Am I missing anything? Battery's charged. It's not the best battery though. Right. I sucked fuel through, so there should be fuel in that carb. It didn't go in my mouth this time, which is great news. Let's get you guys a nice angle. I don't know what I'm expecting, guys, because it didn't sound great last week, did it? So I don't know. That kickback was a bit weird, but that could have been stupid amounts of air in there. I don't know. Let's just press the button and see. Right, you ready? What's your thoughts? Ooh. It'll be filling up. Give it some rest. It's not great sound.
I bet you in about an hour's time we're going to see a couple of gentlemen in a lying on the floor.
You see, it nearly kicked again there. See that?
You think the engine's stuck?
I think it's backing up the fuel and then spits flames.
Yeah.
The other thing is, this could be wired up wrong. The stator could be wired up wrong. That is, we have to keep that in mind. The choke is a bit. The choke's a bit funny. I know it's coming, isn't it? It's coming. It's full of fuel. I've got a bad feeling about the spark plug.
I like those ones.
If the spark plug came out of that, it could be too long, it could have been crushed, but it's almost impossible to get out. Do you get any leeway if I lift the bike? How much?
Obviously goes with the younger gentleman because I've got smaller hands now.
No, I'm just wondering how much space you get, that's all.
Where do you want my hands?
No, I'm just wondering if we can get the spark plug out.
Alright, it's time to get the jacket off.
Right guys, we're going to have a bit of a play. I think the spark plug's wrong. I think I might have found the right spark plug, this one here. I found that in the bag. The other one might be a bit too long, you never know, and it might have crushed the top, so it might not be sparking properly, something like that. But it is such a pain in the arse. Dude, you've got sweets everywhere.
Yeah,
Such a pain in the arse getting into this one. Let's try our best. Right, guys, Sultan's being lazy. We're checking for spark. Plenty spark there, mate. Plenty spark. Right, let's get that chucked back in, fire this thing up and fire out what's going on.
Yeah.